Hello everyone. I wanted to go over some programming principles and just kind of discuss a little bit of why we do at ProFit what we do, and just explain not only the what we're doing, but the why behind it. So I think that's pretty important for you guys, especially working out. You guys are busting your butts. You're coming in here every day, working really hard. Just understanding each day what the emphasis is, as well as why you're doing it, okay? So I want to talk about some principles. So I'm going to have a part 1, 2, and 3, just so I can break it down a little bit more and not make this video too long. But part 1 is going to be over progressive overload, okay? Progressive overload is really, really important, and any successful program has got to include progressive overload, okay? And what that is it's increasing your weekly intensity, okay? If you've always done what you've always done, you're always going to get what you've always got, okay? So you have to be able to stress your body in different ways, put more stress on your body to be able to do more things, to be able to get stronger. If you're a runner, to build up your endurance and your capacity, whatever it may be, you've got to add stress throughout the weeks, okay? And so when we do our programming, you may have noticed with our max effort days, since December, we did clusters, but you can see how the percentages increase. So 87, 90, 93, back off. So we got to deload, okay? So your body can get some of those good adaptations, okay? If we're always just stressing your body, we never let you, if this is homeostasis here, this is your neutral. If you're always dipping down here because of stress, it's going to be hard for us to see some big results, okay? So we want you to dip down, but we also want to give you some time so that you can bounce back even higher than you were before, okay? So some people were hitting PRs last week in the squat. This week, especially today, there's been a lot of bench maxes, some old PRs getting broken. So I mean, that's awesome. That's exactly what this is about. But you'll notice percentage next week is 93%, okay? We're in a concentric phase right now, which is really focusing on getting out of the hole, coming up as quickly as possible. So we want you guys to go as heavy as possible on those max effort days. So next week, if you feel like you can hit some maxes at that 93%, definitely do that, okay? From there, we'll have 2 weeks right before the open where we're working pretty much between 55 and 80%. We're working on being able to have strength, but be able to produce it quickly, okay? I don't want you guys just to be strong. I want you to be able to produce it as fast as possible, okay? And that's the whole key in sport too, is we're not just developing power lifters. We want you guys to be able to do a clean. We want you to be able to move quickly, and that's working at 55 to 80%, you're gonna see some big gains in your strength then too. So you may get some PRs next week in your max effort days, but really it's going to be in another 3 weeks that you're going to feel your strongest right before the open happens. So just plan on that. This is kind of what our weeks look like. This would be an undulated program. I varied it and actually was inspired by Cal Dietz. He's trained 350 All-Americans, over 350 All-Americans now at the University of Minnesota. Just an unbelievable strength coach, always behind science. This is a model that's similar to how he trains his athletes. Now, because we're mainly masters athletes here, 35 to 60, 70 years old, I have to train you a little bit different, okay? I have to plan in your rest days. I have to know that your nervous system's going to be down, so we're going to have to have a deload day. But the undulated method was popularized by the Bulgarians, which we can't really use a lot of their science because they use a lot of drugs. And then Cal Dietz used it for his athletes so that they could actually do it. Because with the Bulgarians, when you're using drugs, you bounce back a little bit quicker. What he was finding with his athletes that they couldn't bounce back. So this is how it goes. You got a medium day for intensity, high load day, which would be your max effort day, low for volume. Okay, low for intensity, high for volume, and you can see how that repeats. So it's a medium, high, low intensity day. These low intensity days are very, very important. I view aerobic work, volume days, as your days to really bounce back. Okay, so you can see that we have one of those midweek. We also have one of those on Saturdays, so if you come Saturdays. If you don't come on the weekends, you have some extra days to get your nervous system, your body just to bounce back. So that's really important. But I just wanted to focus on and just explain that max effort. Adaptation, okay? Our adaptation, I want you guys to get stronger, okay? As strong as you possibly can be. And I also want you guys to increase your work capacity, okay? In CrossFit, it's not just being able to do something once, okay? It's about repeated effort, okay? So you've got to get strong, but you also got to be able to repeat that effort with increasing your work capacity. So I hope this has helped explain a little bit about progressive overload. Our next video will be on variation, which will be really interesting, and I want you guys to learn a little bit about that and why we always vary our exercises throughout the year.